Hi, my name is Rita Acosta. I just wanted to come and share our story of being homeless in Chinatown or just here in Salinas, Monterey County. They say that we don't work together, we're not organized, and I just want to say I beg to differ. Because here it shows newspaper clippings, okay, tell our story. 2012, I ended up homeless in Chinatown. They wouldn't let me stay in the shelter because I had my 2 dogs, so I stayed in a tent. In the daytime, it's not really bad because we have Dorothy's Kitchen. You go and eat. You're able to shower over there. They did have women's delight, but in the nighttime, when they close their doors, there's no place for people to use the restroom. So I started asking, so where do we go? You know. And they're like, well, we can get a bucket and use the bucket. I was just like, oh my God. I just like, it's pretty hard, you know. Again, I raised 5 kids. I have 13 grandbabies and 1 great granddaughter. At that time, I didn't have as many grandkids, but my kids are already grown. And to just be out there and just saying, my God, this is how it is, you know? There's not enough rooms, there's not enough shelter, there's not enough for the people that we have here in Salinas or Monterey County, just in general. I mean, yes, they made a new shelter, they've opened up hotels, but once again, there's not enough for people, for families. They put a lot of people, single people indoors, but families, they're still struggling and nobody wants to say nothing because they are taking their kids. If you don't have a home, that means you're neglecting your kids. It's not neglect. Our rent is too high. Yeah. Too high, we can't live. You know, and even it's shameful, and even more so that we have all these seniors that worked already for Social Security, and they can't afford to live. What happened to their golden years? There's not no more golden years. They're struggling, and we have a lot of seniors on the street. And to say they died peacefully in their bed, they're in tents or not even in a tent because the city doesn't allow it. And when you see a lot of out here, I always say tell the true story because there is a lot of people that do want to go indoors, but there's no place for people to be. The beds are full. What are you going to do? Where are you going to wait? People are signed up for the services, and I know that because I also do work for the city of Salinas. One time I was able to do 40 hours, 20 hours. I'm down to 10. My health is bad. But I always let them know. When they hired me, they knew who I was. And they know I'm not going to hide and lie about anything that is going on because we are human beings. And to say that, we have the services for you. Our mayor said that. We have the services that you need. Our city manager said on the news, we have the services you need. If you don't use them, then you got to go. Hey, that's understandable. Understandable. So what do we do with all the people that have signed up for services and there's no place for them to go? Because you're still taking their tests, you're taking their property, knowing that they're signed up for these services and you don't have a place for them. How could you do that to people? When they do these sweeps, health and safety sweeps, I like to let people know there's nothing healthy about it or safe because they are taking people's property. They're taking that tent that's putting a roof over their head, keeping them away from the rain, whatever, the heat, whatever it is. That is not safety. And how is it healthy when you're leaving them out there with nothing? I know, I lived out there for 8 years myself. It took me to just I was 2012 when I got housed in 2020. Okay, so it is not easy. They say people stay in tents because it's easy, it costs nothing. Please stop. What about our self-respect, our dignity, and the way people look at us? And it costs us more because you don't got a refrigerator to hold your food. You don't have, come on. It sounds so silly. They like it because it's free. It costs them nothing. You like, even when you live in a house, you don't like it when people talk about you. So you're outside knowing that you used to live in a house and people are judging you. It's not right. Because you don't know what that person's gone through. Mm-hmm. We've had people come from all backgrounds. Homelessness does not discriminate. And two, they say because their mental health, and it's not. I know a lot of people didn't have mental health issues before they became homeless. Now they're homeless and they're severely mental health. Because every day going through the same thing, telling you, you gotta go, you can't be here. Well, where do you want us to go? I don't know, we can't fix all your problems for you. Fix all our problems, you are the problem. You're taking our stuff and we're struggling all over again. Bad enough when you live in a home and you have to leave. That's just something that takes you down right there. Just like, oh my God, what am I gonna do? Now you're out here in the streets and you're in a tent and they're saying, you can't be right here. You ask the police, where do you want us to go? Figure it out. We can't fix all your problems for you. I'm like, figure it out. We can't fix all my problems, but you guys are not even helping with anything. I had an officer, the homeless resource officer, tell me, people can't be right here. I go, okay, you guys, come on, let's go. They have a place for us to go. They're like, I didn't say that. I go, okay, then we're not going. We're not going. I mean, if you got, why do we have to leave? If you can't, and again, if our city can't put us in a safe place where we can sleep without being harassed, don't move us. If we're organized and to keep the book, you'll see. When I first got out there, it was bad. But when you talk, because we're human beings, we know how to communicate with each other, and you're tired of being run around, you're tired of being stripped of all your property, and having to like, what am I going to do again tonight? Especially you're a woman, you become a victim. I was assaulted myself out there, and I just said, this ain't going to happen anymore. I'm not moving until they find a place for us. So a couple of, when they did a sweep, I got a piece of area, and I had people sign a, yeah, who am I, old housewife, come in and say, you want to be in this area? I need you to sign this paper. No drugs, no garbage on the outside, no shopping carts, no this and that. This is what the city wants, I know it. So I had everybody sign a contract in there. And if anything you do in your tent, just like a home, is your business. But once you're out here and it affects the rest of us, we're going to have a group meeting and say, are they going to stay or they're going to go? You're jeopardizing all of us. So there's times we had to move people out. They didn't like it, but it needs to be done. It needs to be done. And I would, Wes knows, I mean, there's a lot of us, and some of us have passed away to keep doing the fight. And I tell myself, I've been doing this so long, I did it for 8 years. I didn't get paid, and I barely get paid now, and I'm still struggling. And they're like, you never get paid back then? I'm like, no, it's because you do it because it's the right thing to do. And two, who else is gonna do it? Us. We have to, as human beings, we have to fight for our rights. Just because of Monterey County is one of the richest counties, doesn't mean we're all rich. Far from it. Agriculture, yay, I know they come and do the fields. Yes, they do. We all struggle. There's no reason to say, oh, well, they do this and they do that. There's people working and still going to a tent. It's hard. I mean, to say that you can live comfortable, we're not living comfortable. Nobody's living comfortable. We're not trying to take advantage. We're not trying to get rich. I've been told I was trying to get rich off the homeless. What? I'm homeless myself. Well, you don't look homeless. What am I supposed to look like? What am I supposed to look like? Because I didn't carry myself like a homeless? What is the homeless?
It means you don't have dignity, and you have dignity. Looks like.
I mean, everybody from our campsite.
You don't have what?
Everybody
No,
from our campsite.
I missed what you said.
She said it would mean you don't have dignity.
There's no reason just because of,
But she
so
has dignity,
we have to be all
so she
dirty
can appear like
because we're
she's
homeless.
homeless.
We have to overstock.
That's a good analysis.
No, we ate together. We became. I didn't know nobody out here. They're my closest friends, a lot of them. And when I see the people out here passing away, at first I didn't even want to get housed. I'm like, I don't want to get housed until everybody's. Okay, Rita, you're fooling yourself. I was in Chinatown. I went to Sherman Park. There was 28 of us there. I could actually say 24 out of all of us we got housed, and the ones that didn't did go indoors. But again, everybody's not perfect. We have our own demons we fight. So some are still out here, but we're not giving up because you got some people you got to hold your hand extra because and two because we've been not promised. But told, this is going to happen, the programs are going to help you, this and this, and you sign up and you're still waiting. The motels that the city bought, people lined up, they're going to be, Rita, I got a room. I'm like, yes. They ran out with the funding. These people are still waiting. So they're signed up for services, they were promised a home, and they're still waiting. But we got to move you guys all here because you guys can't be here, taking their property still.
Wow.
Yeah, I think the city like contracted with someone.
That LLC took over and just destroyed the whole program.
Oh, so, okay, that part I understand.
Private company.
But still, reasonable accommodations at least.
Where was the oversight though? Like this isn't the city supposed to
They
be like
did it,
having
well, they did it
oversight?
not only here, they did it all over not just in Monterey
In Southern,
County.
in Southern California,
Uh-huh.
they appropriated
All
all
over
this money.
California.
It's terrible.
I don't know.
What's
I
happening
just
to the
think
people
that's
who,
just, I don't know. But
ran it?
just to say for like right now,
money.
we're asking for organized space for people to be at. And they're like, well, there's so much trash and it's not, okay, you're right. But why is there so much trash everywhere?
Yeah.
Because they know where people are, so why can't we provide garbage cans?
Yes.
You know people are there, there's trash.
Right.
You have to eat, there's trash. Just like, we're human beings, we got to eat still. You eat, you poop. If you don't got a porta potty, where are they supposed to go? I'm like, come on, for real. I tell everybody, you think the campsites that you've seen before, because they're empty, that means people got help? That's not so. They keep moving people around from place to place to place like cattle. And I'm telling you, there's people, it's breaking people down where they lose their hope, they lose their faith, and literally just, I'm not moving, and this is what I'm saying. I personally, since 2012, 123 people and counting, we just lost somebody last week, that I've known personally that signed up for services, tried to get services, and have passed away on the streets. And a lot of them are seniors, veterans. You know, come on, where's the golden years?
I know 5 people who've died on the streets in the last few years in Monterey County
Where I live,
Yeah.
we have over 20
Hypothermia.
deaths in our apartment.
from hypothermia.
Wow.
Because they're sick.
Cold.
You're out here so long. This is not the way I feel. People been out here so long, suffering, sick. You finally go indoors. Your body gets to rest now. It's like,
Wow.
okay. I feel like you rest so much that, because a lot of them go to sleep and they don't wake up. Because they're so tired. And we took a year and a half to get a gentleman in. He was indoors for 6 days, and out of those 4 days, he was dead in his apartment. You know, just
Probably the adrenaline that you need to survive every minute on the street just
because
goes away.
thank you,
Yeah.
thank you. When I was outdoors, I was not sick. When I was outdoors, I did not get the coronavirus. I went indoors, I got the coronavirus, and here I am.
Wow.
You know, my health has been going down, down, down since then. And two, again, I thank God for the corona. People say, oh my God, we suffered so much through the coronavirus. But homeless would not have got housed if it wasn't for the coronavirus. Project Room Key, all that, that's, again, I'm not saying the city didn't do it, but more can get done. You keep hearing $1,500 million to the, so why is there still so many people? Why is there still so many people out here? Why are we still building shelters and not homes? People need a place to live, not to be there temporary. I mean, they're just putting you in a motel for, we're not on vacation. Camping, we're not camping. This is, and we said, well, I'm gonna go home and it's a tent. That's not your home, I always tell them. That's not your home. This is between space, you know? I hate to hear people say, my home, because this is not where you want, this is where you want to go. It's not our homes. This is where we have to be. Because there's not enough places for everybody. You know, and everybody's like, people gotta do more. Somebody's gotta do something. We are that somebody. You know, city council, Westy, you always see him all over the place. I tell him with him, but we can't tell a lot of stories. Me, my health is so bad, I'm like, I even hate promising or telling him, I'll be there. But then I can't because I can't do it. You know, so I'm just, sometimes I used to be the one-man band. He's the one-man band. But I mean, when we say, we the homeless, we're the support. We're the support. But people can't afford to even go to meetings because if you leave your stuff, they're tossing it because now it's abandoned. Or somebody else is going to get it because they just took all their property. So now we're taking from each other. I'm just like, where does the madness stop? You know, again, we need to, I never knew we lived in a city that would allow to treat people the way they do. And that is so sad. I lived here all my life. I never thought in my wildest dreams I would have ended up homeless. Ever. My daughters are telling me, Mom, you come with us. I don't want to be a part of the problem while you and your husband are fighting. The city has funds to house people. I'll wait my turn. I know I have to be. 8 freaking years it took me to get housed. And to being productive, going to meetings, speaking up when this is what's happening. 8 years. Why so long? Again, thank God for the coronavirus. That's just my feeling. I did do this book because of how the tents, and they said that we were organized. We had this Chinatown so clean it was sickening. So clean. People working together, organized. I was coaching with CSCMB for the PHLUSH program, public hygiene that you stay human. So the homeless community is actually the ones that took the very first porta potty to Chinatown. So we had everything going. Everything's going good. We have everybody working together. No trash on the streets. No shopping carts in the spaces. Everybody's doing what they got to do. Here we go. January 31st. They're going to sweep everybody out.
In Chinatown.
In Chinatown.
Like if not Chinatown, where?
Right?
I mean-
Because when you go other places, Sherwood Park, they're telling us to go to Chinatown.
Yeah.
We left Chinatown because they're doing the sweeps. Now they're telling you to go over here. Every campsite you go through, you can see different people. There's different people that stay different places. There's a lot of, just like in any community, there's a community where people use drugs. Over here it's a little bit better, over here it's a little better. So people try to go where it's a little bit better. If you're tired or been hurt or abused or something, you're gonna go where there's not so much around. I went to Sherwood Park, beautiful. Organized, again, they did do sweeps, they show it all terrorized and everything. So we did videos before the sweeps. Today we're having a sweep because they're gonna come and clean up the mess. There was no mess. You're coming to clean people's property out. Now the mess that you see now, it's because people are desperately trying to get their belongings out so it's not getting thrown away. So that's people running around just like, oh my God, we gotta hurry up and get some stuff
Let's
out.
hide it here, let's hide it there, yeah.
Yes, and it's shameful because they're following you, trying to track you down just to make sure they got what you have. We were so used to putting our stuff in one area, and they would leave us alone. We'd go to Jack in the Box, have coffee until they left from doing the cleanup. So what happens? We left our stuff there, and they came like thieves. As soon as they seen us go indoors to get that coffee, they ran and grabbed all our stuff and threw it inside the dumpsters.
Oh no.
And I was like, oh my God, why would they do that? Never in my life did I ever, yes, I was homeless, but I never felt really, really homeless because we were organized. We all ate together as a family. We ate together as a family. And what? Still came and took our stuff. It doesn't matter how organized you are, what struggles, what changes, what we do to try to keep moving forward. If our city doesn't want us there and it's not their idea of what we're doing, they're pushing us out. They're taking us down. And again, I think people need to stick up, speak up. I've actually went to New York City 4 times, homeless. I was homeless and I went to New York City to be part of a group that, the homeless union, to bring it back. We got attorneys for people that are getting tickets. How are you gonna get people tickets knowing that they can't pay a fine? So now you're really making criminals of our people.
Yeah.
You know, one of my friends, she used to work at the county jail. She went to jail for being homeless. How's that? I mean, come on. Most of the people that you'll see in my book are not here no more. They passed away already. You know, and I say, I mean, they can keep making people go through the struggle, but they're not eliminating us. It's making the numbers go up higher because it's too hard. We can't live. We are not Monterey. We are Salinas, Monterey County. So higher up the rent. We want to get all the. It's not going to work. They're killing us. They're killing before it was, you had poor people, middle class, and rich. You know, there's no more middle class. You're the poor, they got money. You know, they're taking us out. And again, I mean, before I was telling everybody, oh, look at how, you never know what that person's gone through. Maybe this morning they didn't look like that, but today they had a sweep, and they are sweating and all dirty because they're trying to hide their stuff to get it away from everybody. Because I realize that's what it is. You know, so I always tell everybody, before you point a finger, you see, oh my God, that was my teacher from over here. The police, from the fire chief, passed away in the streets out here because everybody has lives, and people have gone through things. Everybody's not strong. Everybody's not. You got to go someplace. And Chinatown welcomes everyone. It don't discriminate whether you're rich, poor, whatever. It does not discriminate. You know, you get separated and you had it all, and tomorrow you have nothing. What are you gonna do? There's not enough shelters. You call the shelter. Oh, I'm gonna go to the women's shelter. No, you're not. There's not enough room. So what are you gonna do now? Where are you gonna sleep tonight? Sounds easy. I'm going to a shelter, but you're not going to a shelter because there's not enough room.
So what about the people that are, I've seen a lot of people sleeping in their cars and when having their belongings in their cars. What's going on with that? They're considered homeless because they don't have a home.
Too, again, so why is the rodeo grounds in July when having the rodeo, they have campers from all around the world coming to our rodeo. Yay! Camping now, drinking, giving it up.
Yeah.
But why after the rodeo is gone, why can't somebody that's sleeping in their car or their family's in a trailer or camper or whatever, go and park there? Don't you think they have more of a right because they're part of our community, Salinas residents?
Yeah.
So when they say the homeless or the homeless community, we're not the homeless community. We're still Salinas community. We're still residents from Salinas.
Yeah.
It's still. So I always say the residents should stay in tents because where are we to go? I agree.
Wow.
Yeah, the couple of people that
Counted in the census, because I did.
Mary
I
Ann,
did
she was
the
part of
census.
Sherwood Park. She was part of Sherwood Park, Chinatown.
yeah?
But
19 years.
19 years at
yeah, she's housed now.
Yeah, I've been housed for 5 years.
But we still go through the struggle.
And I still say
So like you
I'm
said,
homeless
where
with
do
the
people
homeless.
go where they have cars? Where do they go? Because if you're trying to struggle, you can't pay your registration to your car, they're gonna take that car from you.
They
They
can't
don't care
wait.
if all your property's in it, they're taking that car from you, all your property, and where are you gonna go? To the shelter? No, you're not.
No.
No, you're not. So when they tell you, go to the shelter, you just go to the shelter, they have a bed for you. No,
The
they
shelters
don't.
Full though?
Yes, they are.
That's your
Yeah.
point.
So that's what I'm
Right,
saying.
They're all full, right?
So why do they
Yeah.
tell you, go to the shelter, you need to get off the streets? God knows I know that. Where do I go?
Yeah.
Sometimes that's just a 30, 60-day respite, and then you're back.
Or
out
they
on the
tell you, 30-day program, 90-day program, you do 90 days at a program,
Or you don't make it on time back.
you get kicked out.
Oh, wow.
So you've given up
Curfew.
your tent, all your property and everything, but you went late to that program, they're kicking you out.
And then you're out in the street.
And now again, you're with nothing, starting all over again. That's why I said, I want people to know, when you see people out there, it's not because they don't want to help themselves, they make it so difficult for people to do the program.
A lot of people
And
have
two,
mental health issues.
you're going into a shelter, but yet you're gonna be tagged bagged. You're gonna be like if you're booked into this county jail. They're gonna go through all your property, they search you, make sure you don't have anything. Come on,
drug test.
you
How
know,
about,
Decency,
how about when they used to
dignity.
take our stuff for 90 days and then what if you don't have nowhere to take it, they keep it?
Oh, they do?
yeah, so when they do a
Throw it
sweep,
away.
they're supposed to offer you a place to put your stuff.
Oh.
And I
And they'll
did.
store it for you for 90 days. But if you can't go get it after that, you lose your stuff.
They just throw it
They'll
away.
scrap it.
All
No,
the good
they'll scrap it and get some recop some value out of
Again,
it.
I just like, I always say, they could judge to say what they want, but you don't know unless you live this life. I never thought in my wildest dreams I would have ever lived it, and I don't wish it on my worst nightmare, my worst enemy.
Well, we never
in our
said we were
city-
gonna be homeless when we were older, you know, or younger.
Right?
And-
Nobody ever said when they grow up.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, when I get older, I'm homeless.
How did you become homeless? How did
I got
you?
separated from my husband, and he went home to his mom, and I thought I was going to the shelter. But I had 2 chihuahuas, so no. Well, can you get rid of, I am not getting rid of my dogs, this is all I have left from my old life. And I pitched a tent.
Oh, wow.
That's how I met Irene too.
Yes. I've been out there a long time and we've been through so much.
That's how,
out
I mean,
there.
a lot of
I know
us,
you too.
and all of us, most of women, we stuck together
the
because
women?
you don't want to be by yourself.
No, there's
don't
a lot
wanna
of
be
things
by
that
yourself.
have happened to us out there.
And we were only,
Yeah.
so we was always a tent, so
Oh,
we're
the
around.
women?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
But they want you to
good.
get rid of your dogs.
Okay.
That's your alarm system.
Oh, yeah.
Especially you have chihuahuas, because they bark all the time. And nothing's gonna happen with your chihuahua there.
They think they're tough.
Yeah, so I'm like saying, because they say they're homeless, why do they even have their pets? You don't even know why. I mean, so it's not that our pets need us, we need them. We need them.
Uh-huh.
You know, and a lot of homeless people's dogs are treated very, very good because they take care of us.
Yeah.
It's not we taking care of them; they take care of us. That's a lot of us are here because of our
Oh, my
dogs.
goodness, yeah.
You know, my dog was 26. I had both of them for 17 years. My dog I hadn't even cremated because he was good until we got indoors, and he ended up passing away. I was like, he made sure Mama got home safe.
Oh, wow.
I'm like, so, yeah. But again, I just like people to know, it's not that people like being out here. It is hard. And the programs that they have and they offer the shelters and this and that, it's even harder. It's easy, might be able to easy to get in. It's not. It's not, you're like, I need to go to the shelter. You're not going indoors. So if you think you're going indoors or, they're gonna go indoors to the shelter. They're not. People are struggling. Sleeping in cars. The police are taking their cars and leaving families outdoors. CPS is taking those kids. You just took that family's hope and sent them to keep moving forward from them.
Yeah, and you know, and that's not a child abuse issue either. As long as a child has a roof over their heads, even if it's a tent, a car, it doesn't matter.
But we're gonna take that from you.
But
They can't, they are not supposed to take
Well,
your
they're not
kids.
supposed to, but they do.
But they do.
But they do.
Boy, do we not know that.
And you can't
So I
get
just,
your
I
kids
just
back.
always say, anytime you
They
hear
won't let it.
that their city council is talking about homelessness or the people, the trash and everything, it'd be nice if people could go and say, well, we know the people are out there, but how come our city can't provide garbage cans, porta potties, and not just throw them out there? Talk to the people that are out there, because I know it works.
How about when they didn't want
We
us to
did it.
exist at all?
We did it.
Yeah.
They didn't want us to exist
We
at
did it.
all.
That's what I'm telling
But
you.
we're,
We did
you know,
it.
we're from the
We got the
community,
porta
we're here,
potties.
We're residents.
We made what we needed. We
I mean,
we
how
worked
can you
together.
stereotype? Like, we were always stressed. They were like, "You're homeless?" I'm like, "Yes, I'm homeless." And I go, "How is homeless supposed to live?"
Yeah. So
Yeah.
our book
Take
shows
care of
us
herself, you know.
working together as
not
a
all
group
homeless
of people,
people have mental
individuals that really.
Right. But the majority of
How
them
does our
do.
city know
I
what
do.
we
A lot
need?
of them do.
I do.
How do they
you
know what we need?
But I take care of it
They
too.
don't ask.
They don't
No.
ask and
And
They don't
they're
ask.
addicted to-
Uh-uh.
We know.
There's a
So
lot
when
of
we
other
do
things
something,
going on,
it
yeah.
works. Every program, I have a list of things that we did as a homeless community. We did Tents by the Garden. We did the PHLUSH program. Worked because we knew what we needed.
what is
And
Tents by the
volunteer.
Garden?
Tents
Explain
by the
that.
Garden was the first rules-run tent community in Chinatown, which that's where I had people sign a contract ordinary to be in that property. So no shopping carts or nothing. All we had is a carpet in front of your door, and every few tents we had the garbage can.
Oh, wow.
So and the PHLUSH program, that was public hygiene. Let's just say human. So we also had a porta potty in our campsite. So extended. Started more people. Everybody wants to use that porta potty. We got to work together. So that's when we came out with the boy-girl sign. So if you've seen this sign in the nighttime, in the tents, you knew that's where you go for them to open the door. Because in the nighttime, we know if we leave the porta potty open, what's gonna happen? People are gonna go in there.
Yeah.
Again, like every neighborhood, there's people that use drugs, not just in Chinatown or homeless community. You could have money, people are using drugs in their home.
Yeah.
So we have this sign, you go to it, people are gonna get up, open that door for you to use that restroom. Making sure that nobody's throwing any clothes or syringes or whatever. But people need, even if you're a drug addict or whatever, you still need a place to poop.
Yeah.
So you've seen this sign, you know to go to the tent, we open the door. Make it work organized. We clean them every day. Again, January 31st came, they closed our campsite. They put our porta potty behind a fence. Trespassers will be,
Or you couldn't use them.
so we couldn't use it.
Oh
But they
my
didn't say that
God.
in the newspaper that they took that from us. They have a porta potty, but they're not using it. Because you have it behind a fence that says trespassers will be what? Thank you.
Yeah.
So we moved from here, we went to the El Dorado Motel. Went to El Dorado Motel, we changed the name to a parents group, people who live in motels a step before homelessness. We had Cheryl Cameron from the school district, she was part of us. Bill Black, he used to work for Dorothy's Kitchen. People left, Bill Black was a paid employee, he left there and joined us and worked for free.
Oh, wow.
To help us. He's the one who actually gave me my voice. But he told me, you'd be good to go to state council and tell them. I go, what am I going to say? He's like, you have 2 minutes, you can say whatever you need to say, and they can't stop you. I'm like, what? So there I went. I'm like, you curated a monster.
Wow,
I would
that's
go.
great.
So because I didn't know that. I never knew that because what? I had never been out here.
Yeah.
So how was I going to know it? So there we were. We all got together. I don't care about lead me home.
Yes,
Lead
we're
me
still waiting
home.
for that. We're still waiting for it.
Lead me home was
Yeah, right.
first started for people who live in encampments to give them housing. Now it's Lead Me Home, Monterey County and San Benito County. Same Lead Me Home, but they got different funding now. But the actual first Lead Me Home never even happened.
That's why I said we're still waiting for it. We're on top of the list, you know?
So Lead Me Homes, they're gonna find you a place, like a home.
Right.
That's what
It was Lead Me Home officially started as Lead Me Home for people who live in encampments to get housing.
2001, right?
Oh,
11.
11, yeah, 2011.
It was officially. Now it's
Not long ago.
Yes.
Lead Me Home is Monterey County and San Benito County because now we're joined together. We can't help our county by itself, but we're gonna get another county in there. Come
Okay,
on, we get more funding. You know.
And they have resolved to reduce homelessness in 5 years.
Oh, well, and then, yeah, this is,
But it doesn't seem to be
there's so much
reducing.
hidden homelessness. The school districts,
Yeah.
their definition of homeless is if you're, have multiple families living in a place,
Yeah.
or you're
Housing insecure.
You're not on the street. And there are schools in Salinas that are 60% homeless, because the kids are marked in the database.
Yep,
60%
yep.
homeless, 70% homeless. It's just invisible homelessness, because it's just so normalized in Salinas that people don't realize it. But that's normal for the kids. If you work in the schools in Salinas or anywhere in the Salinas Valley.
There's so much homeless.
That's normal. That's why there's like no place to park on all these streets, because you have so many people living in houses or garages. They're living in
Yep.
garages.
Or in their cars. And ordinary to get HUD housing. Again, to me, it's like you're harassing the people because in order to get HUD housing, you have to stay and remain homeless.
oh no,
If you go stay with the family, your family, they take you off that
Homeless.
list
oh no.
because you're not homeless now.
That's right.
4 years.
But if you go stay in their shelter, you're still homeless. You can stay in the shelter, but don't you dare try to go to your family to help you because they're going to take you off that list. So to get
stealing
HUD
their money.
housing, any kind of HUD housing, you have to remain homeless. So knowing that you have to remain homeless to get services, why are you taking people's property? Why are you taking their tents?
Yeah.
People, there's not enough places for people to go. Shelters, yay, for the meantime. But in the between time, where are people gonna go? So,
They're saying as long as you
shelter,
have-
why can't we waste the money on apartments? I hear tiny home, that's great, temporary,
In Ventura County.
temporary.
It was when I was 18.
But people need a real home, not a tiny home.
Most of the tiny homes won't even have a bathroom, and they won't let you cook in there either.
Yeah, they're a scam. They're a scam that rich
I
people
just,
have
I
made up
just like
to
always let people
yeah.
look
know.
like they're doing
We
something.
don't like living in a tent. We don't like pooping in a bucket. And two, it does cost us a lot because our self-pride, our dignity, and the way people look at us is not right. I mean, I have papers, newspapers, clippings. Newspaper reporters are saying they're telling the truth, right?
Yeah.
Again, I have to say, the newspapers, the reporters that we have, you see the same ones over and over again because they told the real story. And there's some places, people, I won't even give a story because I know they're not gonna put what we say. They're gonna put what they want, what the city says to put. So you're no longer a reporter. The city owns you because you're telling their story, not ours. So you'll see the same names because they're the ones who tell the real story. Other than that, no.
How long did it take you to write the book? I mean, I know it's well done. I like
Well,
the pictures.
again,
and
everybody's all like, that's not even a book. I go, this is a community book. This is to let people know what our community did, working together when people say,
18
18.
plus tax.
Plus tax.
Almost
Yeah.
20.
About 20.
But I just like always people to know just so I didn't even know I was gonna write it. I didn't.
Oh, yeah, I know.
I just kept all the paperwork and everything, and a gentleman asked me, "You should write a book so that's why they know what we're going through." So I started Tits by the Garden 2012, but it was in 2019 I think the book got published, or where I submitted my paperwork. Yeah, so
Was it expensive for you to make a book like that?
actually no, but I just had to write to the newspapers for the pictures. I just had to ask their permission.
Really?
Yeah, I had to ask their permission because the stories belong to them.
But you got it through the Monterey County Arts Council.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh,
So
good. You
they
got
helped you
grants.
edit and.
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
they're great.
Because I mean,
You give them
Yeah, right here, right.
yeah, I mean, I wrote it, but you know, I was like looking at the dictionary how to spell things or all that. So they did help me with that. You know, and make sure that you're not telling the same thing over and over and over again.
That would have been me.
Yeah, so,
Wow, that's
I
wonderful.
became, I was
How did you become homeless?
domestic.
so I just tell you again, I just,
And then from that,
You know,
gradually, I just stayed out
it's
there.
not that I'm saying that
My family members and be a burden to them.
our city hasn't done stuff. They just need us
Murder here in
to stop
Monterey
harassing
County.
people.
So I was out
Because to
there.
me, it's harassment. You know, we don't have enough for everybody. There's not enough shelter, there's not enough housing, there's not, just not enough. And to keep moving people around, knowing that you're taking their property and everything, come on. I would say, come on, Salinas, we can do better than that. You know? I mean, come on, for reals. I mean, by saying that we have the services, it's actually, come on, are you telling the truth or you're telling lies? So I would say, if you're gonna tell a story, tell the real story. Tell the whole story because we do not have the services. There's not enough services. And it's not the people failing the services, the services failing the people.
That's very important to hear. Can you explain the missing poster there? Do you know the person?
Yes, I do. She's actually, I know her mother, and my daughter knew this young lady. Her name is Alyssa. She also was running from domestic violence. And just to let you know, anybody that's going through domestic violence, if you return to your person that assaulted you, the domestic violence, the shelter, will not help you for 1 year. So Alyssa was running from domestic violence, and she was hiding in a tent. So I also tell newspapers when they come and just take random pictures, please watch what you're doing, and if possible, don't take a picture of a person's face. Because we have lots of people out here that are hiding from domestic violence, and not just women, because there's men too, you know, that are hiding from domestic violence. And when you're showing their picture, you are putting an individual in danger. This young lady went for help, went back to the abuser. He got her from gunpoint, had her over here at the Steinbeck Center right here, got her in a car, he shot her, took her to Santa Clara County, cut her up, and he burned her in barrels.
Oh, wow, that's
So you do not hear all the stories, what happens to individuals that are intense. But you can hear, oh, there was a person that endorsed that this and that happened. That is so sad. But tell the stories of all the things that are happening to people that are living outside.
Because it'll never.
You're not gonna
They
know.
exist.
So I don't know if everybody's heard about the body that they found over off of Davis Road, under the bridge.
Yeah.
Have they found
They
out
were
who it
burning,
is?
they were burning the body.
Have they
right?
found out who that is?
No.
And I always write to Felix Cortez, the newsman, because they only let him into courtrooms to do interviews, because he belongs to the city. Did we forget about that individual, whoever man or woman it was, because they never said who it was. If it was a man or woman, you heard the first couple of days, now you hear nothing. All the women that's passed away out here. And if you want somebody to be taken out or you murder somebody, give them fentanyl, because they don't investigate it. They do not investigate it. It's homeless person using drugs. That's so awful because all you have to do is inhale it. You're out. It's not always what it seems to be. We have lots of people out here dying from fentanyl that they're not drug addicts, but they got money. So security checks came in. FEMA was giving money to people who lost their property. They were getting $5,000 checks. Those people became victims if they had nobody around them. those are the ones, you didn't give your money, they say, oh my God, those homeless people, the fire department had to go out here so many times. Is it because they made the fire, or does somebody light the property on fire
To get their money.
to get what they want? People go through so much stuff out here, you can't even imagine.
Yes.
To be in a tent, knowing that somebody else is getting beaten over here, but you can't help them because you're next. How come nobody called the police?
That's also the.
Really? Why would you call the police? Because they're gonna come and ask you what's going on. Now I'm gonna be the next person.
They said, where do you want, where can I find a home, where can I put my tent? They go down like
Well, they
King City,
used to
to
tell us.
one King City out there in the field, we're gonna do it right there because they're gonna kick us out. They said, but early in the morning, at this time, if you're with us, you have to get up at the right time and you're gonna leave. So they won't know, because
So-
we have to hide
How about our tents
where
had to
we're
be down?
sleeping, they said.
So,
And I go, what?
Sherwood Park,
Yeah.
I go, oh.
residents over there, you wanna talk about harassment?
Every day.
Every single day.
Every day?
7 o'clock in the
Every day,
morning,
yes.
our tent had to go down.
Yes.
7 in the evening, we could put it back up. Only campsite that they did that to, because we were at a park.
Because one day I went
Rain or
to
shine,
Sherwood Park.
our tent had to come
I
down.
was sitting there enjoying, you know, maybe I saw a squirrel or something, and I was exploring, and all of a sudden I saw a bunch of leaves moving, and I kept looking, I go, there's something there, and out pops a person.
Because they had to hide.
They were hiding under the
had to hide
leaves.
it.
And then
It's-
I said,
it's
oh, I
too much.
felt bad. And I went and told this person that were talking about it. And they go, why don't we go and make a barbecue? And they went and made a barbecue and they go, watch, they're coming. I go, what? And I couldn't believe, I cried because they came out of nowhere. They were coming and we had, in a table, there was socks, there was little bags of,
It's
and I
awful.
was like, what? Go ahead, give it to them. And I was giving it to them, and I've got a lot from that, but I never
They
saw
really,
them again
like,
doing it.
even the
Wow,
city
it
too,
just
right?
happened.
I feel like the city abused us also because
right
they
here,
had
Sherwood
no
Park.
resources.
It's okay.
Yeah, no resources, you know, for us, especially women, you know.
So right here, where you talk about that, this is the eviction notice for Sherwood Park residents.
Yes.
So everybody had to leave Sherwood Park. We were not allowed to be there no more.
Oh, wow.
And then cattle, back and forth, back and forth.
So I'm just, I mean,
Yeah, because they were
Again.
afraid to come out of there too, to come to
because
the table.
they know where they're
to
at, they're
get
gonna come and tell them to move. So as long as you're out of sight, out of mind.
And at that point, we were averaging, what, about 15,000 a sweep or something?
They said $50,000 and we were getting a sweep a week.
Taking all our stuff, taking all
$250,000.
our stuff, literally taking all my stuff.
So 15 every week, that's $60,000
When they
to
could have
move
Your
people out.
jackets, your
No, but they could have housed us.
Everything.
They could have housed us.
It's just
There's
legalized
railroad,
theft.
Same thing for people that live in the
You
tent.
know, when you end up without having to leave your home, you want to take things
Or you
that
go
mean
to the
something to
restroom,
you.
you go to the
know?
restroom, you leave your stuff there, 5 minutes later, they're taking it. You just go into the restroom, you leave your stuff there, you know, they have their own stuff, it's not their, they can't carry my stuff and their stuff, so I go to the restroom, and there goes my stuff in a big old dumpster. And now it's like, man, I have to start all over again, like 3 times.
Thank you.
No, thank you. I knew this
Stuff
girl
like I
that
can never
was
get back,
sleeping
you know.
in the
We're really, like,
bus terminal
really,
in Monterey, because she didn't want to go. And she had a quiet place there, but when she got up in the morning, before she got out of her tent, she made sure she put her eyelashes on. So every time I'd see her, I'd give her some eyelashes and some glue.
Yeah, little things, little people do little things. Yeah. But thank you guys.
Talk about April 11 and
Yeah.
I mean,
Oh, it's another year,
What is
another
that?
year. So this is
that's only a year ago.
April, this is for last year.
Last year?
Last year, April 11th. People will be moved from Market and Bridge Street, Chinatown, moved out. Place to be so they can wait for their services. Because again, if you go down to Chinatown Market, Way is cleared out, Bridge Street is cleared out, Lake Street is cleared out, Soledad is cleared out.
Yeah.
So you
But
want,
where are they now?
on the train tracks.
On the train
That's what I
tracks.
saw. I couldn't believe it.
Can you imagine how many people?
Fenced out, fenced in. They were behind
Well,
the-
actually, those fences were actually fed to keep them out, but the city still directs them to go in. Because
It's private property. They don't need a notice that way.
So they can just go hit them.
They don't
And they don't have to put
porta potties or dumpsters.
wash centers, or trash cans because they're not on city property.
During shelter in place, do they provide services?
It's not good. It doesn't look
So
good. It
yes
doesn't
and no.
Right.
look- give 'em
Yes
a
and no,
plate.
because they did put porta potties and wash centers during shelter in place.
Oh, yeah.
At campsites, but as soon as shelter in place was over, so were the trash cans and so were the porta potties.
And everybody's in
They had
encampment.
porta potties in downtown for the first time ever, and they took them all away as soon as it was over.
Yes, and again, I was saying, so,
But the train goes through there, won't it? Won't it?
and how many people have died?
Because I've heard that people were dying when the
They
train
were,
comes out.
Okay, so, and again, they don't even
But
know
they don't
what,
even say it
Right,
either.
it's much more dangerous on the
It
tracks.
goes in one end and
It's
comes out
just
the
like
other.
here that, oh, somebody died, what, crying. Oh, somebody, my friend, what, why, what happened? The
or
train.
people are
hit him.
dying,
Why did
and
the train hit
people
him?
are
What
in
was
their
he doing on the
tents,
train?
dying and nobody even knows they're
Well,
there. How's that
they have
happen?
Well, look, I mean, how cold it was the last couple of nights with
Yeah.
hail and everything.
Yeah.
You're sleeping outside, you
And I remember,
you get
it made me think about
hypothermia,
all
you're
the days
dead.
that we were out there and freezing and wet and soaked in our tents down. because
And when the
of
police
rain.
would play with
Oh,
us,
yeah, and yes.
come at 1 o'clock in the morning, you guys gotta get out of here.
Banging
We're
on
gonna
our
come back in an
tents,
hour if
scaring
you're
us.
here, or
Yes.
you're going to jail or get to every.
How about they would
in the
bang
rain,
on it?
rolling your stuff.
Yeah, and we were sleeping and they'd be banging and scaring us, you know, and that's abuse too.
That is.
You know, that's abuse
It's worse.
too.
It's
It's
worse than
harassment.
anything I've.
And it seemed like more they were stalking us and we weren't even committing no crime. We were trying to live. And that's the only thing we were trying to do, survive.
Mind you, we're in tents, shelter in place.
It's sad, it's
telling you
sad.
that-
And we're from here, you know, my grandparents were well known from this Monterey County. And you know,
They
I
grew and they
came,
took the
yes,
place, it's just like
yes,
running you off.
yes. You know,
Well, that's
and
what they keep saying, is they keep saying that people are coming here from out of the area, and I keep telling them, I'm like, no, these are the people that are from here.
And it's
Yeah.
gonna
Everyone
grow,
wants to
it's gonna
move.
grow more because we're in
That's
south
right.
and it's too high and people. are
the
gonna say,
recession,
we better just go for a little while
up.
and we're gonna go back in, as soon as we earn our money. And it turns out that you don't never earn your deposit and you end up still in the street.
Well, most
and
of us, yeah.
Totally
most
giving
of us
up.
are on fixed income, right? Fixed income, we barely have enough to survive.
Right.
And then this recession that's happening, it even makes it harder for us, the ones that are trying to survive on our, you know, on our fixed income.
And Section 8 just recently went up with what they assist with. Because before, they helped people a little bit, people were losing their homes that lived there for 20 years.
Yeah.
Over $9.
Oh my God.
Yes.
20-something dollars because it was not going up high enough for Section 8. So they tell you you're gonna have to leave from there. And if you pay that difference without letting us know, we will take your Section 8 from you.
Oh, yeah.
So it put lots of families on the street.
Came and told me I need money
Lots
to
of families on
apply,
the street.
and I
So now you
give
have
some
to
of my money. And thank
We
God
have
I
a limit of how much time
And I go,
to
don't
look
give
for
it
another
up.
place. And if you don't have it, they're taking it from you. Now you have no Section 8 and you're still at home. Because the housing's so high.
Yeah, it
Nobody
is.
wants to take Section
I just got a notice today. I shouldn't bring it.
Oh, yeah.
My rent for
From
one
what?
bedroom is 1,700 or something. My rent just went to 2,000
Oh no, that's unfair.
and I'm just like,
What are you
and
gonna?
this is low income housing.
You get subsidized.
Moongate Plaza in Chinatown on Soledad Street. And I got Section 8 and I paid $253 and I work 10 hours a week.
My grandson is.
When I can work.
And 10 times
And I have an
20
optional
is what?
machine that has to be on all the time. So my PG&E bill is like $100 or something dollars.
raise no more.
More than my rent check, more than my paycheck for work.
Wow, what are you gonna do?
So I struggle.
The market, excuse me.
But I mean, I always, the administrators always provides.
I'm not,
And,
it's not an excuse, it's not like, oh, everybody
Yeah,
else is doing
I mean,
it.
I have things that I've had for a long time and I find myself, I'm gonna sell my jewelry or something just to.
But we're
So
still,
I tell myself, I'm still
you know,
homeless,
we're
I'm still
older now.
struggling, and we still have sweeps because they check our apartments all the time because, you know, we came from
Yeah, the
outdoors.
stress will make you sick too.
So they wanna
Almost
make sure
daily.
our apartments
So
are
they think it's
clean,
gonna be
and we're not, hoarding and stuff like that. So we have like, inspections like maybe 20 or more times within the year.
We have to take care of ourselves.
Yeah,
But
I'm
our older
at
years,
I'm in
we're
the
inside,
senior
we're
apartments
happy,
on
we're
Parkside, the
no,
new
we're
ones.
still-
Oh, my son lives there.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, and he used to live at, the Good Night Inn, but he got blessed and he's over there now, but, yeah. That's even harder too though, right?
Yeah, when they come in, they're already, my neighbor called, she said, they're gonna do a surprise inspection, we got some inspections coming up, you know.
Because we were homeless, so they have to go in there to make sure, you know, we know how to live. I'm like, I lived in a cave before. I was the mom of 5 kids. I know how to live. And we have to train people how to talk to us. Do you understand me? I understand you. Can you understand me? So train them to talk to me how. I'm a human being. When you see a homeless person, don't walk straight up to them. Keep your distance. I'm like, oh, because I might bite you. It's crazy.
Well, what about the water fixture, the water and the electrical fixtures?
Oh my gosh, I should bring my other phone. We have water coming out of a light fixture and the fire sprinkler, pouring like if it's raining. So what are you gonna do? I called fire department. It wasn't my apartment, but my neighbor didn't know what to do. Call the fire department because why? Because that's wiring, right?
Yeah.
So they said, well, there's really nothing for us to do because there's not no fire and the maintenance people are here from the apartments. So this is what they did. They hit the switches, turned off all the power and electricity, gave them a wet and dry back, sucked up the water. You guys can go back in there.
You're doing something wrong, and you're just trying to survive.
Would you feel safe?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I'm not gonna feel safe. The
criminal,
water would just leak
you know?
through my light fixture. And my breaker's off, but as soon as, because the floor is dry, in the morning you can go in and pop it open and it turns on.
Against the wind, and
Problem fixed.
That's crazy.
I have video, and those are brand new apartments.
Wow. Not fair. Not fair.
But hey, you're lucky you're even indoors.
Yes. You know, there's a lot of people that should be thinking about their blessings. I am right now, you know, because it's just too much, man. It's just too
I
much.
think I count my blessings every single day that I have a roof over my head because I've been homeless and it's not a good thing and I understand where, you know.
I always tell the women from city council, I invite you to come in to stay in my tent during that personal time of the month. Good to see you. It is so hard on women when you're out here. Oh yeah, I mean, come on, you know what we go through? And then to have an accident and not be able to take, or wash yourself, or, come on.
I've been in that situation and it's not good, yeah.
That's gone through the experience and knows a lot and knows where people can get help, where they're directed, because nobody has directions. You're all everybody,
Well,
everybody's
I
suffering.
think we need that property on the corner of, the big giant empty lot on the corner of Abbott Street and John Street that is where they used to park trucks and stuff.
Oh,
That should be the place where we have a tent city and with rules, with garbage, shower.
And allow people that wanna go help and give food to them.
Absolutely, and have rules, just like you were talking about, they have to sign a contract.
Okay.
And you
Why
know,
don't
on
we
a-
go to city hall and talk about that? They
Oh,
said-
you know what, I did, and the mayor and city manager told me to forget it, that it would never happen.
So that's what we did. We've done me and Wes, other people gone. So this is, we put a drawn out for a organized route. We did it in Chinatown. It worked. We could do it someplace else. People are waiting for services, leave them alone.
Oh, really?
Camp rules, questions, they're not gonna let it happen. It has to be their freaking idea.
Their money, it's their money stream.
Carnivals would come and do,
That's also.
little things.
It's really the heart of the issue. I won't let you do it for free, but I will charge you to take care of you. And I will take care of you very well.
We sit there because they have they have RV restrooms, there's lights and everything, there's grass.
Sounds pretty normal,
They could put,
unfortunately.
make it like that, like.
We're in the wrong culture.
We could make it.
Yeah, we can
Well,
make it,
a
we
lot of
can get a
our problems are
fundraiser
in
and put
this,
the lights on and everything
you know, in our
and
world
just give us
because
that
money's
money.
Yeah, and then
decision.
each tent needs to be up on
People
pallets
really
with you know, with.
I'm gonna tell you something.
It's just, you know, it's
and
the
not
machinery
so.
that's
I
just
never ever had a
running without
pallet
a driver.
in my tent,
Yeah.
never.
Quarterly
ever.
profits
Had my
is
tent on
everything.
them ever.
Yeah.
It all depends how you set up that tent, it's gonna
You
keep it
guys
going.
Well, and they're
All
essentially
depends, you
faceless
put
too.
carpet on the outside and
Why
then
don't they make,
Right,
it
you
does
want
help the
it.
house,
So they're not,
have it on
it's
ground.
not
Park going
a,
and park.
It destroys your
you know,
tent.
there's no grounding.
Because you know, you those
morality
strings that they
of what's
have?
good for people.
If you stretch
And
it
we're
out
not,
the
we're
right
not
way and
making
everything.
decisions for what's
You're
good for
good.
people.
Oh, yeah, you're.
And we, West provided lots of people with.
I mean, there's actually a lot
So
of good in
nothing's
this world,
touching your
but
tent,
it-
everything
it's
goes
just
over your
in terms
canopy
of
and rolls off.
overall,
So that's, you're not.
I mean, it's obvious that the.
Oh, that's a good idea, yeah, having
It's
the
been going
canopy.
this way.
Yeah,
for
because then if it
the
rains,
last
it
50
runs
years.
off and.
It runs
We're
off
getting
away.
richer and the poor are getting
So,
poorer,
I
and
mean,
there's nothing in
And
between.
space,
No, there
you know,
isn't,
space
there
on
isn't.
Put it in a, just like in any house, you have to have a little
Glass anymore.
slant,
It's just-
so it runs off and it's not gathering.
Yeah, and it's also a ways that slants
And
away from
make
the wall
rules,
too.
everybody makes a rule
So,
on
see
every
these, then right here
tent,
we have
and that's your
the
home.
Monterey County Homeless
For
Service
a
Resource
while,
Guy.
whatever, you know, it's not the best, but.
So at one
It's
time,
healthy.
he just gave us a one piece of paper, and stuck it on a pole, and here's your resources. So I went through that paper, Wes went through that paper, and we called every service that was on there. Some did not even exist anymore. The services,
Wow.
no. So, for one paper, we
Don't
got
ask me, I
this.
know them all.
So we actually helped, the homeless community helped
Erased everything, put the.
put together our new
together a real
resource guide, because the ones they offered us were not even actual.
Well,
No,
thank you.
no current, yeah.
Thank you.
And they've been doing that for,
I didn't think that nobody.
The
was
last
doing
30,
that.
40
I-
years.
I pray every night because I don't know.
So we've
what's happening
had
to
the
poor
police
people.
department tell us, go to Women's Alive, go to the women's shelter down there. I'm like, oh my God, that place has been closed down for 2 or 3 years.
Yes.
They're like, no one has been. I'm like,
They told me.
Okay.
"Where- I'm
Well, the
homeless,
police
where do
don't
I
know
go?"
shit.
I go, when did you go homeless?
They're the
And
least
why? Well, they
informed.
kicked me out and I don't know, I've never been homeless. I go, well, there's resources I know, just go to a shelter.
There's not enough.
There's a waiting list, they go, there's
there
nothing.
is, for the one, the new one that they made, there's over a year waiting list.
oh yeah.
And that's for families.
It's full and
minimum.
we're gonna get separated, she said. Oh, what?
Minimum.
So, if you have children, you have boy, girls.
So, okay, so the new shelter does have rooms for families. So that is a plus.
But if you have a boy
And
over
pets.
13 or older,
No.
he can't be there.
That's what's going
Oh.
on. They're not, they're still
new
in
shelter?
school.
But that's still, that's
That's
They
always
get, they get
been.
cycled out that way.
No,
Still
no,
a kid.
not at the new shelter.
They can't
be
Like,
like
the families are getting their
They'll be
own
raped.
But they
areas.
still-
Oh, good.
They still
Oh,
say
finally.
no. they
Right with the
can't
door
be-
that locks
they're
on both
too old.
sides. You have two
And the
locks.
CNC
So they, I
shelter,
told them they're gonna get
There's no
separated
children.
because if
The
they-
sprung shelter?
they're not gonna accept him, you're
Yeah.
gonna end up holding
no,
him.
it's not sprung,
And
it's
the three girls,
Chinatown
they-
Navigation Center.
All right.
But that's it.
With bunk beds.
My
And everybody has to smell each other.
My son-in-law,
I just wanted to
my
say
daughter
thank you so
broke
much
up,
for
you
letting
know,
us
they
come in.
split up and he went
Yeah.
to, he was on the streets in
So when is your next? For
Monterey.
them, for whatever, so we can join it.
Oh,
And
man.
then he went to,
Everybody should join it every time.
It's probably going to be on the tracks.
We need that. We do need
Yeah.
that.
Although you got hurt too,
Yeah?
and just ask us, we'll go after for you.
Well-
We're building
Well, health and communities, we go to the meetings, I know Chavo for, since I know him forever. We grew up on the same street. I knew him when they called him baby.
yeah, I thought Chago would make it.
And we can
Chavo
probably.
is for building health and communities.
Oh, okay.
That's us.
Because it's,
Yeah, I have my
Wow.
t-shirt too.
it's harder to
Well, we need
live
to
like that.
build them now, like, we need to do it. Like,
Well,
I think
we
the
go
community-
into the communities, we go into the communities and we do,
That
La
everybody's gonna end
Escuelita,
up
we do
homeless in
little
Salinas.
Exactly.
little classes
Yep.
for,
Yeah. Well, we just have to validate people.
you know,
We're
we
gonna
talk
go,
about
I'm ready
rent,
going almost, if it wasn't for my
rent
sister.
control,
But hey,
PG&E,
we're
you know,
fighting for this.
and
you know,
we went
want
to,
you know, we're not
Sacramento.
Next time when
Yes.
Wes lets
And
me
we-
know,
we
we'll,
lobbied
they let
the,
me know, I'll let Wes know,
all
and
the
we can all get
people on
together.
the assembly,
Because I always
the
say,
assembly members up
shout.
there and,
We
you
need
know.
to shout.
Yes.
You know, the way
And
we're
it
getting
hops.
Chavez and everything like that, we need
Just
that's
to
where,
forget about the government and do it ourselves.
right?
Yeah.
Because the
Because
government's
it's
not,
grassroots, it's
the
gotta be
government's not
grassroots.
gonna do shit.
So-
They don't- we already know they don't.
They're actually working toward doing the same thing. Every jurisdiction does this, right? CHP just did one for a week. UP did one for 2 weeks right before that. So It's always someone else's turn, but it's not the city. The city hasn't had to do it since April 11. In fact, the code enforcement was like given a ticket. It was like in April 11th. So it was, the thing expired sometime in March, right? March of 2020, the last year. And so it was only 11 days late. And she's like, I'm doing this ticket right now. And if I could, I'd take it with me. I'd take it right now if it was over 6 months. She couldn't wait to take away. She sees all this tragedy, but yet the administration is like, that's the way it's supposed to be. And this is between all the jurisdictions. They do this.
It's so shameful. I mean, it's instead of making it easier for people, they actually make it even harder. They want you to, what are you supposed to do? I mean, I've already lost everything. You think this is a lot because I have this. These are the things I need to survive out here. And you're taking it. You want us to have nothing. Get a backpack and just go to your house and grab everything in your backpack and see if you can live off what you carry in your backpack.
No, you can't.
No, my son-in-law was homeless in Santa Cruz, and he was unconscious on the street for a few days, and the police would walk by and they'd kick him.
Where is your mother?
And they go, get this fucker out of here, you know? And so finally, the other guys picked him up and they carried him to the hospital. He was in a coma for like 3 months. He finally came out of it, but he's...
And I've never been homeless.
And no consequence for the kicker.
No consequence for the kicker. Of course, because the only witnesses were the other homeless guys, you know?
Here's everything, and they go, he goes, well,
And he's never going to be the same. And it was just, it was fun.
somewhere underneath a roof somewhere where it's
Carrying us.
My grandson's daddy, you know?